Hello and welcome to the next Lukozer retro game review video. And for this one it is Psi-5 Trading Company, which was released by, well, it was developed by Accolade in 1986 and was published in the UK at least by US Gold. This is a bit of an ambitious video, this one. We'll get out of the title screen. So this game is a science fiction spacecraft simulator, and well, as you can see here, Captain, your orders are to select a course and cargo from the list below. You must make haste in your departure since the cargo is perishable. The latest intelligence reports show an increase in space pirate activity in most sectors of the Parvin frontier. Of course, every single route takes you through that. The mission rewards reflect the amount of relative danger and risk for each course. In addition, bonuses are being paid for on-time delivery of cargo. Please examine the resumes and select one candidate out of 6 to fill each crew position for the 5 departments. Good luck. So, there you go as far as the start. So we have the choice of 3 destinations: Kozar 7, Zypo Arga and Spliture. Then there is your cargo, the distance and the reward. Now I'm going to take the first one because yes, it's the easiest, but if there is one word you cannot use to describe this game, yeah, that word is easy. This game, it is not easy. Right, so that's the destination. So now you can choose your crew. Well, I did have this game back in the day. I used to play it a fair bit, but I rarely used to bother with any of this choosing the crew. The reason being that obviously I had it on cassette, but this is a game like all Accolade games that was basically written to be used or saved to a disc. It wasn't designed for a cassette-based game. And on the cassette version, on side A, you had 3 different games all ready to go for the 3 different routes that you're going to be taking, and they already had the crew all pre-selected. Why? Well, because on side B you had this, which allowed you to select your destination and select whatever crew you liked. This part alone took about 5 minutes to load. Once you have selected your crew, I am not exaggerating one bit, the game then took 45 minutes to load on cassette. It was horrendous. It is by far the longest loading game I've ever had. And I mean, it's not as if, you know, it was normal back in the day. I mean, people who had Spectrums, and I suppose in 86 they probably had Amstrads in 86. Yeah, I'm sure the Amstrad was around in 86. Games did not take that long at all. Everybody I knew who had either a Spectrum, well, you knew 2 people who had Amstrads, and I barely knew them that well. So the idea of a game taking 45 minutes to load was just unbelievable. It was certainly not alone in taking a long time. I mean, Manic Miner, which I reviewed not that long ago, that took 10 minutes to load on the 64. I had the game Project Stealth Fighter, which was a flight simulator, and that was a great game. That took something in the region of half an hour to load. There was also Gunship, another Microprose game like Project Stealth Fighter. That took a good 25-30 minutes to load. The 64 was so slow when it came to loading games on cassette, but this was the longest by far. Anyway, enough of that, let's get back to the game. So you can choose whoever you want for the weapons department. Now if you click on the person, you then get to see their well, CV. Of course it's an American game, so yes, they call it resume. The things that I usually look at are strengths and weaknesses, but with the gunner I already know who I choose. I nearly always choose Schoolard here. Strengths, quick and precise, has a wide range of body temperature tolerance. It's all irrelevant. A lot of this stuff is complete, you know, just written verbal diarrhea. You need to sort of pick out the useful stuff. So this bloke, adept on detonators, a wizard on missiles and on the cannons. The only thing he's not that great at is blasters. Hopefully I'll remember that when it comes to actually playing the game. So his strengths are quick and precise. His weaknesses, sometimes gets philosophical regarding the decisions and actions of others, poor stress reaction. Well, everybody in this game has poor stress reactions. So I have him on there, and I also have him doing the weapons. Now all of the characters are fully animated within the game, so yeah, there's a lot of replay value if you even if you just want to watch the yeah, the animation on each of the crew members. Who am I checking now? It's scanning, isn't it? Yeah, scanning. I'm pretty sure I go with Nargo, because weakness is quiet sometimes to an extreme. That means she's not going to keep flooding your communications channel with pointless chatter, which I like. So yeah, whatever. In the navigations, there's not a great choice here. None of them particularly brilliant. Seems reliable and loyal to the current mission, doesn't socialise well with many, doesn't socialise well with others, doesn't have many friends. So that's handy again. That means not much in the way of pointless chatter over the communicators. It says he's frail. Fuck it, right, we'll have him. Engineering, I nearly always have Anthony. Yeah, extremely quick. Effective communicator, which means he's very short and straight to the point. Weaknesses tend to be worrisome in stressful situations. I say everybody is. So we'll have him. And then repairs. It's repairs where I always finally have one of the vac droids. Yeah, extremely reliable and loyal, hard-working and precise. His weaknesses, sometimes can overwork himself because of his extreme loyalty, so he can work too hard. He's not self-motivating. That can be a bit of an issue, but well, once you get underway you're so focused on the repairs thing that it's not necessarily a problem. So, alright, there we are. Now, this version on the emulator doesn't take long to load, thankfully. Here we are. Now, once it has loaded up the game here, there's no more disk accessing. It's now completely okay. So, although the loading time is extremely long, there's nothing else now that interrupts the game, so that's not so bad. So, right, welcome aboard, Captain. Your ship has been fully stocked with enough fuel, food and supplies for your journey. Your crew is on board and have taken their positions in preparation for departure. I wish you the best of luck, and may the solar winds of Zelda be in your favour, blah de fucking blah, yeah. So we'll have a look through the display here. So we have the aft view that keeps switching backwards and forwards between fore view and aft view. Yeah, you don't need me to explain any more about that, do you? The other monitor where it currently has the Psi-5 logo, that is where you'll see the crew members when you're in the relative or relevant departments. Now, underneath the actual viewer, currently on our view, the one furthest to the left is your weapons monitor, telling you which weapons are available and whatever, which ones you can use. Next to that, the black square with the red dot in the middle, that's your ship shield status. At the moment, all of the shields are offline. When they appear, you'll see like the white bars across top and bottom. Next to that is your power levels. You'll notice the D and S. The D is the demand on power and S is the actual supply. Your ship does not have anywhere near enough power to actually run very well. It's a really underpowered vessel. So you're constantly having to like distribute power to the most important areas, and if you forget to do that, or you're not quick enough or whatever, it could be in all sorts of problems. Carry on now to the displays under the actual Psi-5 logo. You have your ship's like compass. It basically is showing you the direction that your ship is travelling. Next to that, where it says orbit, that's your ship's speed. So well, currently we're not moving, so yeah, we're in orbit. And then next to that is the comms panel. If you have messages coming in from each of the crew members, the tab will appear there telling you which crew member is trying to get in touch with you. So right, let's start. So we have left orbit. So as you can see, the supply there of power is already below the actual demand. So what we will do first of all, we head to scanning, and let's see who is here. There's no one. Right, there's an unknown ship. Now we've got a incoming communication from the scanning department, so we'll have a look at what they want to say. It assumes the responsibility for weapons and target analysis. So she's already scanning this ship, but it is friendly. Right, so what we really want to do then, I guess, is get underway. So if we check the status here, because we haven't started, our navigation status report ETA is unknown. From here we can choose what course we want to take, which we do want to take just the shortest one. So well, rank the shortest path is already ranked at the top one there, so let's get underway. Right, now we've got another incoming message from scanning. Okay, so nothing there. Yeah, okay, so we know there's a friendly there. Right, now if we go to engineering, here we will see everything that is working as should. Shields are at 50%. Emergency battery, I have 45 seconds of charge on that. Now if we display power priorities, you'll see that shields and weapons are the top two priority. They also take the vast majority of the power. So shields priority 1. I would prefer engines to be priority 2 actually. So right, so if I rank engines, which is C, so priority 2. There we go. Right, so that's fine. See, no, I want to check scanning. Scanning is the only thing I'm really interested in at the moment, because there are some other ships in the area, or they're going to be soon. The biggest mistake that most people make is trying to go as fast as they can and effectively rushing everything. Believe me, you know, the enemy ships come along thick and fast eventually, so you know, you don't want to be in any big hurry to encounter them. They will come along. I'll also show, if you go to acknowledge signal, you can set it to auto, which means that as soon as they send you your communication, it will answer and appear as we've already been seeing. I find that unbelievably annoying, so yeah, I am not going to bother with that. Right, so we want this to examine B, priority 1. That's an unknown ship. We do not know if it is friendly or not, but it always assumes that it is a friendly when you first start. So ship A is a scout, that is a known friendly ship. But ship B is, they're scanning it now. Okay, now there's another one. Okay, so B has been classified as a foe, so go to weapons. Right, so we want to take out right, fire at will. He's no good with blasters, so we'll use missiles at B, priority 1. Right, no. Repairs, all requested repairs are, yeah, okay. So does that mean there are no, right, there's no repairs to do. That's fine. So weapons, he's constantly firing missiles, he doesn't seem to be doing a great deal. Now B is out of range. Right, okay, in that case let's try a longer range weapon. Cannons at B, priority 1. Right, scanning. What have we got out here? Because it looks like there's another ship in the area. Oh fucking hell, C and D at both foe vessels. Right, navigation, we need to let's see if we can go a little faster, but now we want evasive manoeuvres. Scanning has some messages coming in. Stabilisation unit. Let's destroy some cargo. Yeah, well, that happens a lot. Engineering, there's probably something that's been damaged. Number 1 reactor. Right, so let's get repairs underway. What needs repairing? Fucking hell, it sounds like I'm in. Okay, I've been forced to slow down. Right, so I need to assign 2 robo-droids to the reactor. That definitely needs to be sorted out. Then assign 2 more to Robo-Droid 7, because you need the Robo-Droids working. We are losing cargo, so I'll assign 2 more to C, priority 3. Okay, now I'm getting absolutely pulverised here. I have no power to weapons by the looks of it. Right, slow down. I don't want to be getting too far into Yeah, that's causing, that was what took the weapons offline. Fuck it, I forgot I changed the priorities around. Right, engine 2 is in trouble. So, right, 2 more to engine 2 is drive J, priority 3. Oh, the hell, engine 2 has taken an absolute pummeling. Now I've got a load of weapons, a load of messages, but of course I don't bother reading them. We say about the crew members being poor communicators. I am certainly a poor communicator as well. How many have we got here? 1, 2, 3, probably 4 enemies in the area. Right, so weapons. Right, so we want fire at will. I think thermos are working. C, priority 1, and then fire at will, missiles at D, priority 2, and then fire at will. Sounds like he did okay with thermos there, so we'll have thermos again at E, priority 2. He's taken out 1 enemy, so that's handy. Let's see what he has to say. Alright, so cannon is repaired. And thermo weapon, okay, thermo weapon needed more energy. Sounds like missiles are having problems, because he is now not firing. I dread to think how many fucking, yeah, a lot. Right. Come on, all these fucking damage is just piling up. Yeah, I did tell you that this game is fucking difficult. I am having no luck at all. So let's just keep assigning 1 droid to F. I've only got 1 more robo droid left. So, right, let's get Q fixed. And I'm still going, which is a bit of a miracle in itself. Right, what's scanning got for us? 1, 2, right, so 2 scanned. Right, G. Actually, no, I don't want to scan G. I already know that G's an enemy. Scan H, priority 3. I was just going to actually check what he's doing. Display firing orders. They must be using missiles. Yeah, I've got him using thermos for F. Right, let's cancel. Oh no, I'm in the wrong fucking section. Right, cancel firing orders at F. Right, so fucking hell, I'm in really bad way. Right, missiles at, oh fucking hell, right, it was F, wasn't it? Priority 1. Alright, what enemies have we got around here now? Only 2? There must be more than that. Yeah, here we go. Right, so E, G and H are all enemies. I don't know how I am able to still be going on. What's my repairs list like? I'm down to 86% on cargo. Right. Fucking hell, that cannon system is in a really bad way. I've got to get the weapons working again. So, right, 2 on blasters, priority 3. My shields are getting very low as well. Oh, I'm pretty much dead in the water here. Yeah, I'm not joking when I say this game is fucking difficult. But that's not to say that it is not a good game. I do enjoy playing it, and I am determined to actually try and get somewhere. Though, as you can see, I have a long way to go before I can do that. Let's enable L. L is the emergency battery. With that I can maybe get some sort of speed up. Well, I'm really just limping along because my engines are all quite badly damaged, as you can see, because I still have the repairs list here, and I have so few repair droids. I have a feeling that list is going to go on and on and on. It's not just these parts here. I mean, look how badly the cannon system is damaged. It's at 55. Engine 1 damage is at 60. Well, let's acknowledge some actual message. Scanner damage. Yeah, everything's fucking damaged, sweetheart. Can't give it until somebody fixes the retros. So yeah, okay, so I can't do evasive manoeuvres. Okay, so engineering has died because his life support was destroyed. Well, it wasn't destroyed, it was damaged and I couldn't repair it in time. So yeah, and I've now come to a complete halt. So yeah, I am absolutely dead in the water. So let's get a review underway then. Graphically, I think the graphics are superb. The animation on the various crew members is fantastic. The rest of the graphics, although they're not, you know, really anything magnificent, that jingle means that I've got pirates in the crew bay, cargo bay, and there we go. All my cargo's been stolen. So that's me dead basically. So yeah, all of the other graphics, they certainly don't match up to the level of the animation of the crew members, but they are still extremely clear. Audio is very typical sort of Accolade audio really. Jingles which are okay, but nothing outstanding. The sound effects, such as they are again pretty clear, but nothing remarkable. And then the gameplay. The game is monumentally challenging. It is seriously difficult. So you know, you're not going to be able to just pick it up and jump straight into it. It takes a hell of a lot of practice. As you can clearly see, I mean, I did have this game back in the day. I think I got this game in, I think I did get it in '86 when it was released, because I was quite keen to get it right from the start. And I have never been able to complete any of the missions. I'm fucking hopeless at it. But the kind of person that this game really does appeal to, I think, is Star Trek fans. Because, I mean, you look at it, you are the captain of a starship and you are giving orders to each of the various crew members. So, in fact, it offers more of an actual like Star Trek type gaming experience than 90% of Star Trek games do. And I don't just mean Star Trek games of the same era as this, I mean ever, you know, up to today. So yeah, if you are a Star Trek fan, this is right up your street. I reckon you would definitely want to give this a go. But yeah, like I say, don't expect an easy passage. That was possibly the worst go I have had ever of this game. But then again, I've had no practice goes, so it's been, well, it's got to be at least 25 years since I last played this game, and it shows. But to be fair, even when I was semi-okay at it, I didn't get that much further than this, and I really am pretty hopeless. But the game itself, I think, is superb. It's quite an ambitious game, and when games were quite ambitious back in the day, a lot of the time things did not go well. But with this, they did. It does everything that you would imagine it would, and it does it all really well. So yeah, I am a fan of it. What do I rate it? It's not quite good enough to be a 9 out of 10, but it's close, so 8.5 out of 10. I strongly recommend you giving it a try. So that is Psi-5 Trading Company, played utterly diabolically, but it is a decent game. 8.5 out of 10. That brings this review to an end, and we will see you at the next one.